Hello students, in our last class we have seen the Gaussian plume dispersion model. So in this class we are going to do some examples related to the Gaussian plume dispersion model. So before going into the examples, let's have a short recap of the Gaussian plume dispersion model. So we have earlier seen that a stack gas that is emitted from the chimney of a industry or from any other source is transported downstream in the windward direction. That is, we assume this as the x direction or the x-axis. Dispersion in the vertical direction is governed by the atmospheric stability. So once the stack gas is emitted, it will be dispersed into the atmosphere and it may be carried vertically upwards. So how much amount of the gas is carried and how it is getting dispersed depends upon the atmospheric stability. That is whether the atmosphere is unstable, stable or neutral. If the atmosphere is unstable, the pollutant that is being emitted will get completely dispersed into the atmosphere by moving upwards. If the atmosphere is neutral, the gas that is emitted will remain at the same level without moving upwards. And if the atmosphere is stable, the gas that is emitted will try to come vertically downwards. Next, the dispersion in the horizontal plane is governed by the molecular and eddy diffusion due to solar heating and surface roughness. So, the dispersion in the horizontal plane, that is along the x direction or along the y direction, depends upon the molecular diffusion and eddy diffusion. That is how the molecules act with each other and how it is getting dispersed due to solar heating or due to surface roughness or both. The x-axis is oriented to the wind direction. The z-axis is oriented vertically upwards and the y direction is oriented transverse to the wind, that is in the crosswind direction. Concentrations are symmetric about y-axis and z-axis, that is towards either side of the y-axis or towards the either side of the z-axis, the concentration of the pollutant will remain the same or it remains the symmetric. Now let's see the Gaussian equations or the Gaussian plume dispersion equations which we have seen in the last class. For any point source at an elevation S, that is for any source like a stack located at an elevation H, the concentration of any of the pollutant at any point x, y, z, h is given as q by 2 pi u into sigma y sigma z into exponential of minus y square by 2 sigma y square into exponential of minus z minus h the whole square by 2 sigma z square plus exponential of minus z plus h the whole square by 2 sigma z square. Second case is the ground level concentration due to the point source. So in this, since we have to find the ground level concentration, z is equal to 0 and the concentration at any point will be given as rho a x comma y comma 0 comma h, that is equal to q by pi sigma y sigma z into u bar into exponential of minus 1 by 2 into y minus sigma y the whole square into exponential of minus 1 by 2 h by sigma z the whole square. Now, if we have to find the ground level center line concentration due to a point source located at an elevation of h, in that case z will be equal to 0 because it is ground level concentration and y equal to 0 because we are finding the center line concentration. So the concentration of any pollutant A will be rho A at x comma y 0 comma 0 comma h is equal to q by pi sigma y sigma z into u bar into exponential of minus 1 by 2 h by sigma z the whole square. Now, if a point source is located at the ground level, in that case H will be equal to 0. And if you are finding the ground level centerline concentration when the source is also at the ground level, then the concentration of the pollutant A will be rho A x comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 equal to Q by pi sigma y sigma z and U y. Next case is maximum ground level centerline concentration from elevated source, which is given as rho A max x comma 0 comma 0 comma h equal to 2q by pi u bar e h square into sigma z by sigma y. Next case is for infinite line source, and we are finding the ground level concentration. That is, if there are number of stacks located close to each other. So the concentration of any pollutant A is given as rho A of x comma y comma 0 comma h is equal to 2 QL by 2 pi raised to 1 by 2 into sigma z into u bar into exponential of minus 1 by 2 h by sigma z the whole square, where QL is the source strength per unit length. Next, for infinite line source located at ground level, that is in case of a traffic jam or something. So the concentration of the pollutant A at x comma y comma 0 comma 0 is equal to 2 QL by 2 pi raised to 1 by 2 into sigma z into u bar. So let's start the examples. The first problem is a chimney with a design stack height of 250 meter is emitting sulfur dioxide at the rate of 500 gram per second on a sunny day in June with moderate wind speed of 6 meter per second at stack altitude. Estimate concentration of sulfur dioxide downwind for the following condition. A. Rho SO2 at 1000, 0, 0, 250. B. Rho SO2 at 1000, 50, 0, 250. C. Rho SO2 at 1000, 50, 20, 250. D. If rho SO2 at 1000, y, 0, 250 is 100 microgram per meter cube, what is the value of y? Assume sigma y equal to 151 meter and sigma z equal to 108 meters. So let's see what all are already given. So it is already given in the question that the stack height is 250 meter, that is h equal to 250 meter. Next, the rate at which the sulfur dioxide is emitted is 500 gram per second. So Q is 500 gram per second. The wind speed is given as 6 meter per second, that is U equal to 6 meter per second. Also, sigma y is given as 151 meter and sigma z equal to 108 meters. For section A, we need to find out the concentration of sulfur dioxide at 2000, 0, 0, 250. So we have x equal to 2000, y equal to 0, z equal to 0 and h equal to 250. So the equation we are using here is rho SO2 for x, 0, 0, h is equal to q by pi into u bar sigma y sigma z into e raised to 1 by 2 into h by sigma z the whole square. So we already have the value of q as 500 gram per second, which we have converted into 500 into 10 raised to 6 microgram per second. We have the value of u bar or u as 6 meter per second, sigma y 151, sigma z 108, and the value of capital H 250. Substituting the values, we get 500 into 10 raised to 6 by pi into 6 into 150, 1 into 108 into e raised to 1 by 2 into 250 by 108 the whole square. So solving this, we get the value of the concentration of SO2 as 111.6 microgram per meter cube. For the B section, we need to find out rho SO2 at 1000, 50, 0, 250. So the equation we have to use is rho SO2 for x comma y comma 0 comma h, which is equal to q by pi u bar sigma y sigma z into e raised to 1 by 2 into y minus sigma y the whole square into e raised to 1 by 2 into h by sigma z the whole square. So again we have the value of q as 500 into 10 raised to 6, u as 6, sigma y 151, sigma z 108, and capital H 250. So substituting the values of these, we get the concentration of SO2 as 105.62 microgram per meter cube. Now for C part, we need to find out the concentration of SO2 at 1000, 50, 20, 250. So the equation we are going to use here is rho SO2 at x, y, z, h is equal to q by 2 pi u sigma y sigma z into e raised to 1 by 2 into y minus sigma y the whole square into e raised to 1 by 2 into z minus h by sigma z the whole square plus e raised to 1 by 2 into z plus h by sigma z the whole square. So we have the values of q as 500 into 10 raised to 6, u bar as 6, sigma y 151, sigma z as 108, and capital H as 250, value of z as 20. So substituting these values in the equation, we get the concentration of SO2 at this point as 113.5 microgram per meter cube. In the D part, we need to find out the value of Y when the concentration of sulfur dioxide at 1000, y, 0, 250 is given. So there are two methods to solve this problem. Either we can directly substitute in the equation for rho SO2 at 1000, y, 0, 250 and find out the value of Y. Or another method is, which is simpler, is dividing the B part by D to find the value of Y. So here in the B part we have found out rho SO2 at x, y, we have found out rho SO2 at x, 0, 0, h, and here we have the value of rho SO2 at x, y, 0, h. So we are finding out the ratio of rho SO2 at x, 0, 0, h to rho SO2 at x, y, 0, h, and here we cancel the common factors and what we get is 1 divided by e raised to 1 by 2 into y minus sigma y the whole square. So we already know the value of rho SO2 at x, 0, 0, h or 1000, 0, 0, 250, which is 111.6, which we have already solved in the B part. And rho SO2 of 1000, y, 0, 250 is given now as equal to 100 microgram per meter cube. So substituting that value, and so we have 111.6 by 100 is equal to e raised to 1 by 2 into y by 151 the whole square. So taking log on both the sides, we get log of 1.116 is equal to 1 by 2 into y by 151 the whole square. Solving this, we get the value of y as equal to 72 meters. So here the value of y in the crosswind direction is equal to 72 meters. Second example, the problem is to determine the ground level concentration at a distance 2 km downwind for the following location. 1. Center line of the plume, and 2. At a crosswind distance of 0.5 km on either side of the center line. Given sigma z equal to 130 meters, sigma y equal to 220 meters, stack height is equal to 8 meter, emission rate of SO2 is equal to 163.19 gram per second, and average wind speed equal to 8 meter per second. So let's see what all are given. it is given that the stack height is equal to 80 meters. So we have H equal to 80 meters. The emission rate of SO2 is given as 163.19 gram per second. Therefore, Q is equal to 163.19 gram per second. Average wind speed is 8 meter per second, that is U equal to 8 meter per second. Also given sigma y equal to 220 meters, sigma z equal to 130 meters. And since we have to find the ground level concentration, z equal to 0, the value of x is given as 2 kilometers downwind, which is equal to 200 meters. Now for part 1, we have to find out the center line of the plume, what is the concentration. So since it is the center line of the plume, y equal to 0. Thus we have to find the rho SO2 at 2000, 0, 0, 250. And as you can see, the equation that has to be used is rho A of x, 0, 0, h is equal to q by pi sigma y sigma z u bar into exp of minus 1 by 2 into h by sigma z the whole square. In part 2, the value of y is given as 0.5 kilometers, that is crosswind distance of 0.5 kilometers, that is equal to 500 meters. So we need to find the rho SO2 at 2000, 500, 0, 250, and the equation we will be using is rho A at x, y, 0, h is equal to q by pi sigma y sigma z u bar into exponential of minus 1 by 2 y by sigma y the whole square into exponential of minus 1 by 2 h by sigma z the whole square. So we have the first one, the formula, and we substitute the value for Q as 163.19 into 10 raised to 6 converted into microgram per second, value of U 8, sigma y 220, sigma z 130, value of capital H 80. So substituting these values, we get the value for rho SO2 at 2000, 0, 0, 250 as 187.94 microgram per meter cube. For the second part, we are substituting for the formula rho SO2 for 2000, 500, 0, 250. Again, we have the value of Q as 163.19 into 10 raised to 6 microgram per meter per second, and the value of U as 8, value of sigma y 220, sigma z 130, capital H 80, value of y 500, and substituting these values, we get the value for rho SO2 at 2000, 500, 0, 250 as equal to 14.2 microgram per meter cube. So with these two problems, we come to the end of this presentation. Thank you.